You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports. Let's talk about the Marxist NBA of China. The Marxist NBA of China had a buffet, if you will, of bad, poor looks this season. Whether it was supporting Black Lives Matter, which was not a social movement, but a full-on Marxist movement, of which is now still burning down even new cities. Even the cities where Daryl Morey becomes director of basketball operations, a.k.a. Philadelphia, over another justified shooting of a criminal that would not comply. Oh, did I say that out loud? I believe I did. Very quickly, I'm wearing my patriotic stand-up 1776 shirt. This is to tell the no-good rat bastards to get up and stand and respect the national anthem and the American flag when it plays. Now, we're starting to get some numbers in regarding the NBA and loss of revenue for this season. And as I talked about in a video the other day, we're going to retouch on the potential catastrophic losses they face for the coming season. The NBA revenue for 2019-2020 dropped 10%, down to $8.3 billion, sources say. Something you have to remember, they had most of the season played prior to going into Corona scandemic lockdown. Okay? So keep that in mind. They had not yet sullied the basketball court with Black Lives Matter. LeBron James had not yet put his loving embrace around criminals. He had not yet run his mouth about Donald Trump, in turn running his mouth about supporters. So they had gotten most of the season in, and they still dropped 10% of their revenue. And as we know, their TV ratings dropped about 70% when you take the finals into account. The NBA dropped 10% of its revenue to $8.3 billion in losses, and as ESPN would call it, because of the coronavirus. The balance of the finances included an $800 million loss in gate receipts, $400 million loss in sponsorships, and merchandise, sources say. And this is where it gets even more interesting. The NBA's losses included $200 million in deemed, quote, net negative impact from a months-long splintering of that loving partnership with China in the aftermath of the Daryl Morey tweet promoting Hong Kong's freedom. As the NBA and National Basketball Players Association discuss start dates and financial amendments, as we know, the NBA wants to start back in like mid-December, and LeBron James and a number of star players are already pissing and moaning about it. Financial impact to start dates and financial amendments to collective bargaining agreement. The potential grim financial landscape without fans in 2020 and 2021 season looms over the league. The 2019-2020 season losses are slight in comparison to what awaits. This is what we talked about the other day in the next season. If the season advances without fans and accompanying gate receipts, the league told teams a projected 40% loss in overall revenue, or approximately $4 billion. Now, what the league is looking to do now is artificially inflate their salary cap. Because right now it's $109 million, but technically speaking, if the season started and they don't have any fans, they don't have the gate receipts, they would immediately drop that down to $90 million. That's the equivalent of 2 average players, average starters in the NBA, actual people that play in games. We're not talking about the last 2 guys on the bench, not even the last 3 guys on the bench. We're talking about all the way down to your 6th man, your 5th guy, possibly your 4th guy on your team. 2 of those guys have got an adios because they cannot afford you. The teams cannot afford you anymore. Now, the one thing everybody is missing here, ESPN, of course, the worldwide leader in woke, is not talking about is even if they open up the gates, who's to say that the arenas are going to fill back up after they pissed all over America? I mean, let's be honest. Are you running to an NBA? Black and white sports fans, tell me in the comments, are you running to an NBA arena next season? Somehow, some way, I feel like, in my heart of hearts, your answer is not no roads, but hell no. Because, you see, we've talked about the demographics on this. We know 26 out of 100 fans were Republicans. 31 out of 100 fans were independents. Guess where they're voting this year? The Orange Man. That's right. Donald J. Trump is getting their votes because they don't want to see an organization like the NBA supported Black Lives Matter, who is burning down the country over another justified shooting right now. They don't want to see that on their arena floor, and they are not going to come back after you decided to support that organization, that Marxist organization. And after you failed to tell your star, quit running your mouth about law enforcement, and quit running your mouth about the president, in turn running your mouth about his supporters. There's nothing telling the NBA that just because the gates open back up that people are going to show up. I mean, yeah, you might have the illusion of fans there once you sell some corporate tickets, but your actual fans that used to come to the games, you know, your conservatives and your Republicans and your moderate Republicans, some that identified as independent, you know, a lot of your fan base that actually makes money because they work and don't have time to be out in the streets burning it down. They decide not to come to your games, not to buy your merchandise anymore, not to buy your damn jerseys. The NBA has no idea. I don't know if they truly understand the impact that they have for future seasons going ahead. I think it's the belief of everybody that comes to this channel and watches, all of our subscribers, myself, John Matrix. The NBA may have ended itself. Okay? The door is wide open for a new basketball league. Ice Cube, that big three, throw two more guys at it. Go ahead and give a high five to Donald Trump. And we might have something, big three. We might have something. In fact, I've watched, I'm not going to lie to you, the last 3 years, I've watched more big three basketball than I have NBA. And it's not even that close. I've watched almost all the big three games. I have watched almost no NBA basketball the last 3 years. I'm being honest. I don't like the way the game has progressed either. I don't like that it's a 3-point shooting contest in every single game. No offense, John Matrix, but the Houston Rockets style of play makes me want to vomit coat my entire room. The NBA's got a lot of problems. A lot of problems. I think the league is over as we know it, and I think the door is wide open. Speaking of possible other leagues, I'm just going to throw out there to the black and white sports fans, I've been thinking a lot about a Donald Trump, Vince McMahon combo team bringing the USFL back. Once the Donald has served his next 4 years as president. Tell me what you think about that. The NBA's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. They're having to look at artificially inflating numbers just to keep players on the team, is what this amounts to. We got to shift and move and lie our way into... They're trying to keep the league going. That's what's happening now. They are now at the point where they're trying to keep the NBA afloat. Now you're polishing the brass on the Titanic. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.